All right, happy Halloween, everyone. We're gonna I don't know if this is gonna be valuable to people on the internet, but maybe it will be. So what we did was we hit fetch origin. You can see that all the names of the students have now appeared in the source code here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna split up this project so that each student can work on it without really stepping on the toes of the other people. I'll do the center part, and then Megan and Bruce and Voss and Raymond can all do the different wings of the shattered spaceship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all of this stuff into a common header file, and I'm going to hashtag include main.h, and then I'm going to pull these guys out here. I don't know if I care about you enough. And then I'm going to paste it in here, and then I'm going to prototype these functions. And so each of these functions are going to be defined in a different file. So they're declared here, and everybody's going to include the same file, and if we need anything in common, we could put it in here, which would trigger a full recompile. But this should be good for now. Okay, so we're going to save that, and save that, and then main.age include, update your include path. Yeah, whatever. We're going to use the Notepad++ for this. Okay. So what we will do is, this is main, and it's generating a random map here. I think most of this probably could be moved into Kearney. So what we're going to do is set cursor, and then we have an infinite loop here. Okay. This is like the setup for the center area here. This part's kind of important. This part's kind of something I could probably pull into my own file. This should close, key press 1, and so we got different camera modes here. Probably switch that out later. Perspective mode, none of that really matters to us at all. Update camera. Okay. So I'm actually just going to leave, I'm actually going to comment out all this code. So this is all the demo code for like, showing what you can do, what tricks you can do with cameras. I'm just going to comment all that out since we're basically going to be having a first-person game. Maybe we'll use some of this later on. If camera projection, yeah, I think we can just leave it on the default. Okay. And then update camera, I believe actually reads WASD. So this function here looks like something kind of minor, but it's actually in Raylib, it actually does a lot. It's quite a beefy function. And it'll actually consume input and have you do WASD keys and stuff like that. So that probably should get pulled out at some point. And we'll probably have one of you guys update that function. Camera Pro, has even more options on it. We're not using that. Okay, here we go. Begin drawing, clear background, begin mode 3D. Okay, now all this stuff here will probably get pulled off into my function. And maybe the status, I don't know if we even need any of that. I could probably pull all that stuff off into the Kearney file. Okay. So we will just call let's make a couple booleans here. Bool Bruce. And we've already got a Bruce, don't we? Sean enabled equals false. YY 4P. 5S Eggert enabled false. 5S Voss enabled false. 5S Kearney enabled is true. So we're going to all handle the center area. And then who do I forget? Raymond. Okay, Raymond enabled is false. Okay. And so what we will do here is we will call Bruce Cassian Sean enabled. Nope. Come on. You can do it. There we go. And YY4P and 5S Eggert, 5S Boss, 5S Kearney, 5S Raymond, and Bruce, and then what do we call it? Everyone's last name. Okay. Okay, so that's kind of the setup that we're going to go with here. So basically, what I'm figuring we can do for the game is like in the center area, you guys were talking about having like a power cable puzzle, things like that, like where you can draw, connect power cables and then turn on a wing of the spaceship. And so which wings are turned on will be controlled through here. I can't imagine that ever being false. So I don't know if we're gonna leave Kearney enabled in there at all, but whatever. And so each one of these functions will basically, if it's false, you just return you don't do anything. But if you're enabled, then you're going to draw a bunch of cubes onto the world for your chunk of the spaceship. Okay, and start off by just using the draw cube and the draw plane to put down a floor and put down cubes on it. And then in our design document, we talked about using low poly models. So later on, we can switch that out to draw model and load a material texture and apply a material to it and stuff like that too. Current enabled might just be a global constant. Yeah, it's true. Just so we don't turn it off by accident, because it'd be really weird if the center part of the ship turned off. And I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Who knows? Maybe we will revisit that in the future. So, do we want to support third person mode? Maybe. But I'm gonna just turn that off for now. We're just gonna run with first person shooter for now in mode 3D, and then the info boxes. I guess that could all belong here because that's gonna just be the heads up display essentially. That'll be true no matter what. Probably some of the stuff we could disable if we're not going to use the camera stuff, but it's fine for now. And so all of this needs to be moved into the Kearney. Okay. So main.h is going to just for declare these. And then I don't know if we want to have like do we want to have just a single, like we could just do a Unity build where main includes everybody's files, and then because I don't know how the build system works for Notepad++. Like we open this in just another app under Notepad++, which is not found anywhere on here. Fantastic. Windows never change. Okay. Notepad. Nope. All right. There we go. Okay. So I don't know how the relib compile execute. I don't know how this works. Can we open this? No. Where is this found? I think maybe just because I don't want to mess with that, maybe we will do a Unity build. So what does that mean? Well, rather than doing it the proper way with a makefile and stuff like that in separate compilation, if this code's going to be small enough, what we can actually do is just hashtag include xiong.h yy 4p, and then 5s Voss, 5s Raymond. Didn't forget you this time, buddy. Kearney and Eggert. And then we don't need these really at all. I mean, it wouldn't hurt anything, I guess. Okay. And then what's going to happen is that main is going to include everything. And so everything is going to be put into a single .cc file and then compiled. And we should have up here, if not defined main h, define main h, or you can use pragma once, and if here, do a header guard that prevents it from being re-included multiple times. And yeah, okay. Now we just need to make some files for everybody. Okay. If not defined. Yeah, it says if we've never defined main.h before, define it. And then that prevents it from being included multiple times. Like if different files are including it, it shouldn't matter unless these files are including main.h, and that would stop a circular reference. I prefer pragma once, yeah. Pragma once, yeah, I mean, you will see people arguing about this online. I personally don't care. Maybe in a wing you can accidentally lock yourself out of the center. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I like the ideas you guys are always coming up with in chat. Okay. We can technically not have these at all. Some there for reference, and now we're going to create some new files. So we're going to create xiang.h, and we will create a new file called raymond.h, and we'll create a new file called eggert.h, and we'll create a new file called kearney.h. And who do we forget this time? Voss.h. And if you come over to here and open an Explorer, you'll see that VS Code has created those files for us. Yay, very nice. So coming back over here, we can just do this and put this in here, and actually just have an empty function, and do the same for Voss. Same for Eggert. Not especially exciting, maybe, but you kind of, for those of you that are watching at home, it's kind of a way that you can split up a file. This isn't necessarily how I do it for realsies, but for this, it should work just fine. So Raymond here. So we got Kearney as well. Okay, so I can leave these in here just so we know what functions that exist. But each of these functions are now defined inside of these header files. We're including all these header files. And so basically, what is wrong with you? I don't care. What do you mean include errors? I'm not even, it's just an empty file. What's wrong with you? Okay. And so that should work for this, because this code is going to just call these functions. These functions currently do nothing. And so let's try this out. So let's save, and make sure everything is saved here. Then we'll go into, has it been modified? Do you want to reload it? Yes. Okay. F6 and run. And And it's on my other monitor over here, but yeah, it is working. Okay. So cool. We didn't break anything. Everything, what editor should you be using? Notepad++ is configured properly with Raylib. So when you download the Raylib project, it's going to give you a, let me see if I have it on here somewhere. It's going to give you a shortcut that is for Notepad++ with all the Raylib stuff configured in it, with like that shell script to compile and stuff like that. So you don't need, it looks like this, Notepad++ here for Raylib. You run that, and then all you have to do is hit F6, and it compiles your code and does all the setup for you. I feel like it might be a good assignment just to teach you guys how to set up Visual Studio, how to like do all that kind of stuff, because a lot of the world runs on Windows for whatever reason. But this will do for now. Okay, because the purpose of this isn't really to teach you Windows; it's to teach you how to collaboratively work on a game together. Okay, so my stream's being goofy. Okay, so yeah, so this is good to go. That again, somebody's probably need to dig in there and mess with how the controls, because that handles all of the controls and everything. Like this is not a lightweight function. Like it consumes input and everything. And then I'm gonna need to move this kind of stuff and this stuff where I'm generating the columns. All of that's gonna be put into kearney.h. I'm gonna move it over there. And then you guys will be able to, you know, maybe I'll just set all these to true for now. Okay. And the reason for that is so that you can just, oh, this is Notepad. Okay. Okay. So you can just get your code working and stuff. And then later on, when we do the puzzles, we can turn off your wings. So we'll just start with all the wings enabled. And I just want you guys by Thursday to just put down a wall, put down a floor, put down some walls enclosing your area. I will probably actually disable these because these are the walls right here. So let me just turn those off. And yeah, and now there's going to be no walls between my section and your section, but your section isn't drawing anything yet. So by the time we meet up again on Thursday, we should be able to see a bigger world than the one that we have right now, which just has some random cubes in it. So you want me to update the update camera? This is your project, not mine. So camera mode keys, we've turned that off. Arrow keys are mouse, move keys, zoom keys, I think are still there. Projection we've turned off. Rectangle, lines, camera status. That should all be probably disabled as well, so we don't care about any of that. Okay. So now, if I F6 this again and run it, if I broke anything, yeah. So okay, so we don't need this one. So that's the rectangle for the camera status, I believe. Let's just verify that. I know you guys can't see this on your screen. No. This one as well. And again. And there we go. Okay. So the walls are gone. If I can grab this. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so you can see the walls are gone on the outsides of the world. It's drawing some random cubes inside of there. And then let's talk about it. We got like 20 minutes before the next class takes over. So here's a world. Currently we've got no monsters in it. We could probably put some monsters in it. Right now when we click, nothing happens. right? So we can make it so when we click, I know you're talking about having like a power puzzle. So maybe like you click and you attach a power line to one of those cubes, you attach it to another one and it lights up. And maybe you have to kill monsters to get the wires you need to be able to link up different different boxes. And if you can bring the power over to the edge over here, then that wing of the spaceship lights up or something like that. So we'll probably need some sort of like glowing beacon in the center here that's the reactor core or something like that. So much stuff to figure out. Well, all you need to do for Thursday is, do you guys remember what wing I gave you? Post it on chat. And so basically, like if this direction is north, and that's Bruce's area, then you need to add a floor to the north here. And what's neat about this is that, let's go back into GitHub Desktop. Let us, we need to add more files. There we go. Okay. So you can see that it is detected that I've created new files. It's detected that I've changed main.cc. And so description, added files for each student. And all these guys good. We will fetch. And then we will commit summary. Sure. Okay. Commit. And then push. And now if we go to our repo, onto GitHub, over here, you can now see all those files exist now. Easy as that. And if you click on them, you can see that it's got the little skeleton that I put in there, the little function stub. And so what you're going to be doing is just reading and writing to that file. To if your name is Megan, if your name is Eggert, you're going to be writing to eggert.h. If your name is Bruce, you're going to be writing to shang.h. If your name is Voss, you're going to be writing to boss.h. And so you don't have to step on each other's toes. Now, like proper GitHub, workflow, it would involve like branching and merging the branches and things like that. But here we've got a really nice division of labor, right? And so as long as you modify your file and nobody else does, then basically it should be fine. Now, I mean, I guess your code could like do like an exit or something like that and quit, which would screw up other people's work. But as long as you don't do something dumb like that, then everybody can just kind of cooperatively work together and build their section of the spaceship. Nice and easy. Okay. You still vote that I do the update camera function because I'm project manager, and I will not stand for an uninvolved project manager. We will unionize. What is this? Okay. All right, I can show you where the file is, maybe. Where is Raylib installed, anyway? Include, not you. It's the trouble with installing Raylib. There's raylib.h. And there's our camera.h. So let's open this in a VS Code. And again, getting this kind of stuff set up on Windows, it's just more irritating than on Unix. I mean, it's not hard, it's just irritating. Okay, so what do we got here? What do we call it? What was the name of the thing? It was update camera. I wonder if it's in this one. There we go. Okay. So you can see this function, like, and there's update camera pro, right? Okay, so you can see here, update camera is KK camera, not called by reference, it's called by pointer. It's a very C way of doing things. And then it's getting your mouse input. It's looking at how far the mouse moved in the last frame. That's that. How far it moved in the X and Y directions. It's grabbing the camera mode, whether it's in first person, third person, etc., etc. Orbital rotates around the player. And look, there's matrix math and stuff like that. Okay, so we're not in orbital mode, so we're just in regular mode. And see, it's checking your inputs, right? It's like actually looking to see if you have ASD held down like that, and then it moves the camera forward. And so these are functions that will actually move the camera. You passed in the camera by essentially by reference. It's called a pointer. That's what we call it in the C world. And basically, so it's going to move the camera forward based on the move speed of the camera. Move in world plane is where? There. Okay, so if it's first person and third person, okay. That's a Boolean. Okay. So it's going to move along the ground. Okay. And so that's it. And so I think any of you guys should be able to do it. I think that Raymond, as our prospective union organizer, should demonstrate his leadership skills by taking over, modifying the camera. Not negotiating terms. So it looks like the workers are voting for Sean to update this function as well. So I think adding in a it looks like you all are all out of my union. So Sean, yeah, like maybe add in like space to jump or something like that. Like by default, it's actually pretty close to what we want. The other thing is like bouncing off a wall, and there's raylib examples for how you can like detect one box overlapping another box. And so basically, if you move and like you should probably save your location. If you move such that you're overlapping a box, then you reset to your previous location. So adding collision, adding jump. I think that's all you need to do on that. Make the CSI 40 student. It's not that complicated. I mean, jumping might be. Yeah, but like collision, you should be able to figure out. I mean, Voss is in 26, which means he's got a lot of work to do right now. So. You'll help? All right. Well, anyhow, you don't have to worry about that for Thursday. For Thursday, all you guys have to do is go into your particular function. You just add a floor. Thank you, VS Code. Very cool. You just have to add a floor, add some walls, things like that. Make a little spaceship. And then when we meet up again on Thursday, we can start loading models and things like that, and maybe thinking about the actual gameplay and stuff. Okay, so that's basically it for today. Basically, I just wanted to get you guys set up so that you can do things. Do you understand how to, like, Bruce, do you understand how to, like, draw a floor? Any chance? Like, maybe, let me just show you this. Like, maybe let's turn the floor bright gold. Nope. Turn it gold. Bright gold. And then I can make the floor bigger. So going from 0, 0, 0 to 32, let's make it the floor twice as big. Like that. Save. And then inside of Notepad++, this is a really weird workflow. I probably should just be doing this in Notepad++, but I like the VS Code text editor better. Screw something up. Error line 210. Okay. Yep. Okay. Like undo all my changes. Try that again. Reload, F6, run. There we go. Okay, see the floor is gold now, and there's no jump. Got some Z conflicts there, Z buffer conflict right there. But the floor is gold, and you can see the floor is now bigger than it used to be. Right. So just play around with that stuff. You should be able to draw a floor for your section of the world. Put this back on 32. And I'll work on this in the meantime. Maybe I'll build a reactor in the center and start thinking about how I'll do like the monsters and maybe we'll do monsters together, but like maybe the power line puzzle or something like that. Is vector 2 the half width, half height? I believe so. That's how most systems do it. Size. Draw plane X. Great. Draw plane XC. Okay. Well, I guess so. It didn't seem to like go off to the side, you know what I mean? So I think it's maybe the half height, I don't know, or half width. So, yeah, draw plane, cool. All right. Doesn't matter how big the room is. Yeah, it should connect. It should connect to my room, right? So my room's the center, and then you need to make yours connect to it so that there's no gaps in the floor, right? We don't want to fall out into outer space. And then we can do things like add in a skybox, add in models, a spaceship, add in monsters. Raymond can add jumping and sprinting and collision. But your homework will be to just add to this spaceship for now. And add in lighting, electricity, puzzle, weapons. Okay. It's good enough for now. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel it's pretty evenly distributed. Like each of you have to do your wing of the spaceship, and then Raymond just has to do like the extra. Not for Thursday though. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you guys for coming out. We got the project all set up now. You can all cooperatively work on it together, and you should see, like, as you're pushing and pulling things, like maybe you'll see, you know, your friends' parts of the spaceship start appearing as you're, you know, as you go onto GitHub desktop and fetch, and then I don't know what I did here. Did I change? I did to list commit, and then push. And then it goes up to the interweb. All right. All right. Thanks, you guys. I'll see you guys on Thursday.